This is one of my favorite hair vendors that I worked with thus far. Not only is their customer service on point, but I love their frontals. Every time I rock them, they never disappoint because I don't have to really tweeze or pluck them. On the website, it never tells you in the description that they're pre-tweezed, but whatever the density it is on point because they lace so nicely. So before I finish this review, I'm going to cut to a clip of how I styled this hair from start to finish, including my full demo of how I used the Got2b glue method to lay down my lace frontal, as well as cutting up the baby hair and laying that down and styling the rest of the hair as well. So I'll be right back. So this is what the hair looks like when I first wake up. Gonna pin it back. And I have makeup on, so I'm going to use a damp towel to try to get as much of it off as I can, and then use a little bit of alcohol to kind of clean the area as well. The cleaner the area, the better, so that it will the glue will stick. Also, you don't want any makeup in the glue and lace because it'll be brown. Next, I'm going to take this Got2b glued and my Old Faithful edge brush. It's an old 2 brush. It's dirty because I use it for my edges, and I'm just gonna lay down my edges as my first step. This way none of my hair will get caught in the lace. Now that my edges are laid, I'm gonna take a Q-tip and I'm gonna apply a fresh, or a second layer technically, of the glue. And it's not glue, it's actually the Got2b glue gel. I'm going to let it get a little bit tacky, and then I'm going to apply another layer. So technically I've applied 2 layers, but if you want to count me laying my edges, it'll be technically kind of sort of be 3 layers. And I want to let that get tacky but not dry. Now I'm going to lay the lace on top of the glue. Make sure that your lace doesn't roll and that the hair is as much out of the way as possible. And then I'm going to take a rat tail comb to secure the lace on top of the glue. I've heard that when you use your fingers, it'll make it either white or it'll make it brown if your fingers are dirty, and I don't want any of that. Also, it'll be a good idea to use a blow dryer at this point to dry the glue. My son was taking a nap, so I didn't want to disturb his beauty rest. Now I'm going to take the dry end of a towel and press it in even more. I just want to make sure it's secure and that I didn't miss any spots. Next, I'm going to work on the baby hair. I decided to part like half of what baby hair was there and put it up into the ponytail. I didn't really want to tweeze it out, and I also didn't want to cut too much and have it super thick. Now you see me cutting the baby hair. Rule of thumb, it's best to just cut just enough to cover the lace. I went a little bit longer because, again, I'm still new to this. I'm still learning and I didn't want to overcut. And now I'm going to just lay it with some more of that Got2b glued and that Old Faithful toothbrush. Like, I kind of feel like I could have tweezed a lot of that out and had just some simple baby hair where it's not too thick, but I was nervous. Doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit uneven if I'm going to critique it, but that's cool. I took some Got2b glued hairspray just to secure all of that and give it an extra hold. And now I'm going to work on my little top knot bun. I'm not crazy about perfect uniform hair, but I do want it to look much more neat, so I am parting all around to make sure that it looks cute and it looks neat. So yeah, I'm gonna go all the way around. Like I said, I don't need it to be perfect, just a little bit more cleaned up. And we're going to take our spray bottle with just water and kind of wet it. I don't need it completely drenched. I just want to give it a little bit of moisture so it's not up there looking all dry. And I got something in my hair. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of a styling cream and add it
Kind of help activate those curls and give it a little shine. Make it look a little polished. I forgot my brush in the bathroom, so I was using my hands and my toothbrush. Now I'm going to just take a little rubber band and wrap it around. I think I did like 3 times. Yeah, and then twist it. Twist the length of the hair and then just roll it around into a little loose bun. And secure it with another rubber band. Now we're going to style the remainder of the hair. This is what the hair looks like in its natural state. It has no product in it. Not too shabby, right? I love this hair actually. I'm going to wet it. I don't need it drenched, just enough to, you know, activate the curls, give it a little moisture. The baby hair needed a little moisture as well. The left side is dry, the right side is wet. So let's moisten up that left side. And around. I hate when it's all like nice and moist all around and then you get to the top or the back and it's still dry. I wanted it all to match. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my styling cream just to lock in that moisture and make sure that it looks good all day. And that's pretty much it. The next clip you'll see the hair had already dried, but I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Moisten up that bun a little bit more and boom, bomb.
That was my very first time using the Got2b glue method, so I definitely need a little bit more practice. I did find that it probably would be better to use a blow dryer to dry the glue onto the lace and your skin, if that makes any sense. But my son was taking a nap and I did not want to use a blow dryer, but it still worked just fine and it is stuck to my head pretty nice. I'm gonna see how long this lasts as far as the glue or the gel keeping the closure on my head without it lifting, but I'm told that it's supposed to last at least 3 to 5 days, which is pretty cool because it's like having a full lace frontal, right? So back to my thoughts on the hair. So what I have in my hair is their Malaysian Deep Curly. I have in length 18, 20, 22, and then my lace frontal is a 16-inch frontal. I did go ahead and bleach the knots so that it will look a little bit more realistic. I just used my normal BW powder with a 30 developer. I let it stay on for about 45 minutes. I tried a new method. I used I forget her name. I think it's Tia Monet's method, where she puts the lace frontal on a piece of foil. She kind of presses it in. That kind of messed me up because I did get some blonde in the roots, which has never happened to me. So next time I'll just stick to what I know, but it worked out just fine because I still love the way it looks. It's not shedding or anything like that. As far as the rest of the hair, I love this hair from this company, or I love curly hair from this company because it's not too dry. Like, all curly hair gets dry when you don't moisturize and maintain it properly, but even when it's at its driest, it's still manageable. Once I moisturize the hair and I add a little bit of water, I usually just work it through with my hands, and I don't really need a comb or a brush because it doesn't really tangle that bad, which is a good thing when it comes to curly hair. Of course, you get tangles naturally, but it doesn't get excessively tangled, if that makes any sense. I'm going to give you guys a quick 360 of what the hair looks like from the back. So for some reason I thought I used all this hair, but apparently I didn't. This is what I have left. This, and then I have an actual whole bundle left. So apparently I did not even use my 18-inch, and this is what it looks like when I first received it, which makes sense. Usually when I do a frontal, I'll do usually max 3 bundles, but I do love this hair. It's a nice chocolate brown color, so it's not too light. I usually like my hair jet black, but when it's nice and healthy looking like this, I don't feel the need to dye it black. But yeah, I really don't have much complaint about this hair. Like I said, only issue was I tried a new technique with my bleaching my knots, and I kind of messed them up with a little bit of the blonde, but it blends in pretty nice with my skin, so you really cannot tell as much. But yeah, I have all of their information listed down below. Make sure you check them out. Also, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Mama's always something.